Okay, welcome. We are playing Galactic Civilizations 4 Warlords. We're going to be sort of just continuing on. I've been playing a little bit on Twitch just to get me to a position in the game where things should start to heat up a little bit. I won't sort of rush into battle, rush into combat straight away. We'll let that sort of develop over the next handful of turns, I guess. There's no real tension in the galaxy that we're playing, but let's just get into it anyway. The reason I'm not just starting a new game in this particular live stream series, this will be one of two, at least two, that I'll do here on YouTube. Depending on the pacing that we get through with them, and I'm not not usually a very fast-paced gamer, so we'll see how we go. But we're just going to be. The reason I did want to not just start at the start was because I wouldn't be able to show much of the Warlords DLC off as an actual gameplay. And now I've already done one video where I put on the cheats and sort of got all the tech and stuff like that, just to show what Warlords actually has. So look out for that video, which goes for a bit over an hour actually. So it's fairly long. There's a lot of content in Warlords. Hi Michael, how are you going? And hi to anybody else that has joined us as well. So let's just continue on where I was. Now I've been sort of saving this one. Like this is essentially the last save that we actually had. So I'll open it up, and I think I've fixed up. I had a couple of little things that I was doing where I did actually end up saving. Actually, is this the right one to save? I just wonder if it is. I've got a few open. I think this one is. I had the one that I wanted to make sure that I didn't go forward with was the Beacon. Now I've named a few of the ships from when I was playing them in Twitch, where different people could name different ships. A lot of the flagships have been named across to different names, and this is actually what I wanted to. Yeah, this is what I wanted to avoid. This precursor anomaly. I did have, the Beacon was heading down that way. I think I've moved the Beacon off this way now, so the Beacon is now moved away from that particular anomaly. I'll just rip into the game, and then I'll start to do a bit of a summary when we get a little bit further in. Hi Polska Bob, how you going? So we've got different anomalies, like precursor anomalies and things back in through here. This one's heavily defended. For us to be able to go and grab this one is actually a dreadnought. Like, so this is actually extremely powerful. You can see their missile attack everything is in missile attack. So we're playing with a slight difficulty in the game, and so the AI does get a bit of an advantage. And so in this case, this particular dreadnought, or this fortress dreadnought, has essentially got a plus 15%, and just the fortress. It must be the fortress design, I'm guessing. Must be what it actually is. Yeah, class dreadnought, huge. Yeah, anyway, so that's what we're going to be sort of finding around the place. This is actually in a sector that we haven't really bothered with at this stage. This has actually got 3 more factions in, but we're going to have to make a difficult decision here as to whether to finish off or go after the Yor, which are in this sector, or come back into our sector, and this is our territory in here, or to go after the Drengen, who are quite friendly with us. We might have to do a bit of an analysis with that one, I think, just to see what's going on. Michael's saying, I still found a few overlapping of messages in Galciv when the Galciv news pops up after another message, and then makes it impossible to find the message underneath. There's I'm not sure what you mean by that, but there's you do actually have this here, the monthly news report. That may help. Quite often information stays in here until you click it. So there are 3 more foreign ships in your territory without open borders, and so you can sort of often zip around to each of these. So quite often the messages appear in here. I don't know if that helps. Okay, so it's the bug that dates all the way back to Galciv 3. Yeah, if you see it, point it out, because I don't recall it. So anyway, we'll see how that one goes. So who are we playing? Who are we? What are we doing? I'll just very quickly sort of summarise. We're doing very, very well in the game. I can't find those messages there, says Michael. Okay. Overlapping messages in Galciv when the news pops up after another message. I don't know. I haven't had that one. Right. Anyway, let's continue on where we are. So we are essentially the Space Cat Girls. We're playing as the Feline Fatales. known for their quick reflexes and curious but often dangerous nature. So that's the citizen type that we actually have. Individualism is the cultural focus that we're sort of pursuing. So if there is a choice that takes us towards individualism, we're likely to take it just from the role play aspect. With the feline vanguards, feline vanguard warriors. So cunning and agile, striking swiftly and retreating before the enemy can react. Their ferocity knows no bounds. And with that one, we've got starfaring, which is probably a little bit of a waste of a choice, but anyway, it is what it is. This one just gives us extra ship range, which we don't really need, and starts with the ability to detect and travel on subspace streams, which you don't really need anyway by the time you get past the early game. We do have a few unique techs, which don't really add a lot to what we do. Actually, the borehole's not terrible. That's not bad. But Voyages does give us +1 ship moves and also extra sensor range. And so this one is quite a valuable one for us. This is actually a good one. The traits we have, we are rich, so modifies how quickly credits are gained. Now, we're not actually rich, we're actually struggling. We are really struggling quite badly with our monthly income. And so we've had to send treasure ships out to pick up the slack and try to get us with some income there. We'll be needing to get a lot of money at some point, so that will be quite a difficult one. I'll go through the finances in a bit more detail. We've got fast as well, so we get another +2 on top of the +1 that we have up through here. We've got miners, which is actually not a bad one. This one here increases the output from asteroid mining, so we get and we also think we get +50% raw production, and allows the mining mission tech, which we haven't really explored. I'll go through that one, and we just chose meek, which means we don't use intimidation. I sort of thought, trying to play thematically, we won't go. We will sort of keep them fairly softly spoken, so they won't be intimidating, but striking hard. In terms of timeline, I did actually cover this in the previous video, like the introduction for it. We're doing fairly well overall, so we've actually been able to push things up, and our economic power is also coming up. The Drengen, I don't know how they got this, and then they've sort of been just waning ever since. Military power, we're up the top here, so we're doing quite well with there as well. So we've got population, blah blah blah. We won't worry about the other bits and pieces. Reports, won't worry about those either at this stage. Stats, we won't worry about those. Core worlds, I'll go through these as required. One thing you can sort of see there is that one of the important things, I guess, is to look at your approval ratings. And our approval ratings are actually okay. There was a stage when a couple of these planets were down in the high 40s, like 48, 49, but they've sort of been corrected a little bit now. So we have to try to keep these around about the 75 and above if we can, and ideally even above that. In terms of production, you can see there we've only really got 2 planets that are really producing well, and this is Factory World and Pralina Prime, our home world. So we've only got 2 planets there that we can really use as to build fleets and things like this, essentially. In terms of research, again, the home world is performing the best, but we do also have a world called Research World. We also have a couple of new worlds as well, which have got good potential for research. So research we've been behind in, but we will actually pick that up a little bit. Other things that are important is the income. Income has been terrible for us, and so we've had to focus fairly heavily on it. Now, this one here is actually doing fairly well with the income. This is Orestes 1. We may even have a look at this world and just see if we can actually make this one even more better with the actual income coming in. It's half the home world, which is actually not bad. This is a weird little planet, actually, if it's the one that I can remember. We've got a Yor citizen in charge of it. It's only got like 2 food coming in. Most of the food is coming from the home world, which we're going to have to check as well as we go, actually. That's going to become a bit of a problem. We've got an extra 9 coming in, which is actually still not too bad, you know. Actually, we do actually have Speaker 2, which we could possibly make into more of a food world, just to feed the Empire. Pollution is a problem on a few of the worlds. Factory World. Factory World's always going to be an issue. But things like this, for example, I'm not sure if we do actually have a atmospheric cleanser already on that world. This is a volcanic world. So that's a bit of a summary as to where we sort of are in the scenario as to how things are sort of then working. Population-wise, we're nearly getting to the full population account on Prolina Prime. So we may look at doing a bit of a reshuffle while we still can. The one here with the actual income, where was it? This one here. You can have up to 4 citizens. We can have up to 9 here on Research World. So Research World is actually also one that we should start to push. Certainly some of our scientists back out to that particular world. We might have a look at that in a bit more detail as we go through. Michael's in saying, have you tried to make and use some of the new ship builds in combat? Making a few ships in a fleet, particularly target ship classes, can be very strong. Yes, it's very, very good now in the Warlords with what it actually does do. Anyway, let's continue on. Treaties-wise, we've only just got a few open borders, the Drengen and then also with the Memot Brotherhood. They're the 2 in our sector. We haven't got any treaties with anybody else. Right, so in terms of the ships that we've got, we have actually I've only really designed 1 frigate at this stage. We do actually have only recently just got ourselves the, which one is it? The, just go back into here. I don't know if we've got any of the frigates actually in here. No, they're just all fighters. We're building frigates there, and we're building treasure hunters. I think we've got frigates in through this other side here. This is sort of like our strongest fleet. We can start to design the cruisers now, so we might even do that. But we have to choose who we're going to go after first. And we've got a couple of Drengen star bases, and I'm thinking that we have a short war against the Drengen, get rid of both of these star bases, and then move. Like if they don't come out of the war after that, we then actually go a bit further in. Now, this is actually one of their fleets. This is what we can expect to come after us. So when we have a look at this one, the Drengier Fleet 1 has got a logistics of 18. So they've actually got like a fairly... They can put a fair few into their fleets. Actually, what's our maximum? I think we're about the same. Where were we? Where was it? Down here. No, we've got 26, so we can actually put a lot more into our fleets. So let's start to build this one up. So we must have just got logistics, another logistics one. Hi, Kay Shizzle, how you going? So in this case, it's one thing we can do in Warlords now is actually have a look and analyze pretty much what they've got. So in this case, they've got 1, 2. Well, in fact, we can see it here. They've got 5 frigates. They've got 1 siege ship and a whole lot of bombers. They're not using fighters. This is interesting. So they've got the extra accuracy through there. If we have a look at the actual frigate design, we can just press shift and then just come back across and see. That's their doctrine there. Actually, that's interesting. Your defender and then they're targeting priorities bombers. So they're going to go up. They're going to be using the bombers. I wish it would give you more information with that one. Actually, where did it show that? The class. Okay, so that's I hadn't stumbled across that one. Hull size doesn't have anything. The moves, yeah, we've just got the 12 moves. They've got the plus 50% because they're inside their own territory. So when we've got borders like this can make it fairly interesting to sort of see how many moves someone will actually have. But they've got like essentially they've only got 8 in generally. Ours I think are 9 at this stage. Yeah, they've got a few extra little bits and pieces in through there. The minister is giving them extra speed as well. Right, we've got the come on, hover. And so these are. I've got a beam attack, missile attack, and kinetic attack equally spread. Not very much shielding. Evasion is about as high as that can be, and not a hell of a lot of armor either. And if we hover over those, defensive studies is what makes it go up. And they get a little bit extra there because of the AI difficulty, which will be the same for all of those. Okay, so they've only got really only got basics. Now they've got an economic starbase there. They've got a culture starbase out through that side. So I think that, actually we'll have a quick look at their bombers as well. Actually there's another little ship of bombers there as well. Let's have a look and see what these have got. So they're going to go after the largest combatants. So we will need to counter their bombers, so we'll keep that in mind. They're mainly missile attacks. Okay, so so missile attack is really what they're going for, which means that they're not going to be all that accurate. So I think we can sort of get around that. Let's go back in and design ourselves a ship. Well, actually a fleet, not so much a ship, but a fleet. So just go back into here. Wish there was an easier way to do your designs, but this is what we actually end up having. Just had a funny thought. It would be really cool to have a fleet designer, as such, where you put fleets together. Does it have that? I don't think it does. But that would be pretty cool, actually. So in terms of what we can go and build, at this stage we have like the smalls, sorry, the tiny ships. Now fighters and bombers are both available, whether you've just got the 2.5 base version or the Warlords DLC. The frigate, of course, you have in your base game. The Corvette comes into the Warlords DLC, which has got extra hit points. Then we've got the medium ships. We've got the cruiser, which is available again through both versions, but the destroyer is only available in the Warlords. And so this one actually has, this one fires faster. The cruiser has got plus 10% weapons range. It really doesn't matter so much whichever one we go with. That's what we end up having. I'm thinking rather than range, we go with weapon cooldown. I can see the destroyer probably being a better, overall a better class ship, and the reason for that is that when the ships actually get close together, they do then tend to basically they're not going to leave, the extra range is not going to be anywhere near as important as firing faster. And so I'm thinking we start with a destroyer, but we might have a look as well at what we currently have. We've got a beam frigate. Let's have a look at that one and just see if we can build what we can build our fleet around. I'm not going to worry too much. I'm thinking of using mainly fighters to destroy the bombers, and then like we've got the frigates, which are also going to be going after the small craft essentially. If we have a look at in fact, if we go and if we build a destroyer in here and just have a quick look and see what the edit doctrine is. So these have got like frontline combatants of frigate, corvette, fighter. The bombers for the targeting priorities is bomber, corvette, destroyer. I really want to get small ships first, but not for the big ship here. So we've got a fair few different things we can sort of then go for. Yeah, smallest combatants, fighters, bombers, frigates. That's not a bad one for us to use with maybe even our frigates going back this way. Could actually sort of work in fairly well. Cassius is saying, can we change the doctrines? We can in Warlords, we can't in the base game. The base game has got like a preset set of doctrines for each class of ship. So you've got less classes of ships and less you can do with the classes. As far as the operational ability, there's three aspects to it. So the destroyer has got, it comes pre-built with the weapons cooldown. So the weapons cooldown is part of that doctrine. It then also has an operational ability, and we can change this in Warlords to whatever we want. Which means that we can now start to purpose build our ships. Now, if we think of the destroyers in this instance as being, I'm thinking my head is going to missile destroyers, as in we end up with more missiles on them than anything else. But we could do it with beams as well, actually. Maybe a beam weapon, a beam destroyer would actually be better because we're going to end up with better accuracy. The fact that we're firing a bit faster does mean that we'd be able to fire more missiles. I'm thinking in terms of the actual combat. This again, if I just go back out and just press escape. Actually, can I get out of there? Yeah, I can just do that. If we there's two aspects to combat. We can fire from space, but we don't get any experience for that. So ultimately, what we do want to be doing is going in and then fighting directly, but for big bases we're better off actually shooting these from a distance, and just in getting these down. Now, the only two sorts of weapons that actually work with that is, the best one is missiles, but the beams can also be used for that. Beams inside the combat, though, when we go up against these sorts of fleets, will actually then mean that we can fight very accurately against other ships. So the beams are sort of like your mid-range weapon that actually allows you to still do damage from space, but still also then fight fairly effectively in these sorts of fights. Now, the bombers are going to be firing their missiles. Like, how many have they got? They've got 6 bombers in here. That's a lot of missiles coming our way. So we'd need to... And we're not going to be able to protect much against them, to be honest. And they're going to be going after the big destroyers. So when we do build destroyers, they'll be focusing on them. So, and I think we can expect that we're going to see a lot of bombers. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with that in mind, try to build a very strong destroyer that can actually then take a lot of the heat from the bombers, and then but then use just beam weapons on it, so it won't fire back all that much, and we don't need it to do that. We probably need it to just keep on going after the medium to large ships, and use its beams for that. So let's go and build essentially a destroyer. And the reason, again, I'm just thinking if I can get the 10% weapon cooldown, it's going to give us more firepower. And so rather than going for the extra range, we'll go for we will actually choose a destroyer. So we end up with, by default, we end up with the part of the doctrine is the minus 10% weapon cooldown from the ship type. We then actually have 2 other aspects: the operational ability and the targeting priorities. Now, if you are playing, again, the base version, you don't get to change these. And so this one does, by default, go after frontline combatants. But let's edit this doctrine. And so let's go after the largest combatants. The other thing we could do would be to go after the dangerous ships, and we can go after support ships, but I don't think I want this to do this one. So this one can go after either frontline combatants, largest combatants, or capital ships, which means it's going to go after the same sort of size ships as itself, and then go after bigger ships after that. This one starts with the biggest ships and then moves back down towards the smaller ships. Yeah, in terms of what we have here, I'm thinking again for later on in the game. Like, you know, it's are we better for it to just always go after the biggest ships? And I think we are, because that's really where the money is spent when you're building a fleet. That's where the time is. So if we can destroy whatever the biggest ship happens to be, that would actually work out fairly well. Let's go largest combatants. Now we've got this is the secondary element, the operational ability, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with something that's going to give me protection. So we've got a few different things. We've got Ace, Assassin, Barrage, Blitz, Rush, Defender. So this is plus 50% accuracy against fighters and bombers. This is firing accuracy. This is not protection. So this is not really important to us. Giant Slayer, Hunter, Assault. Actually, we don't have all of the... Yeah, we haven't unlocked them, of course. There's a whole lot of unlocks as you go through. In this case... Yeah, we don't have any protection, actually. I need to go and start to get my protective things. Maybe we don't do these yet. Let's go back out and have another look again. And just have a quick look at the tech tree. How far off are we from getting some of these other ones? If we go to defenses, so we're not very far along. Gives you the armor rating as such. The fortress operational ability. That's the one that we want. If I just press shift and then hover over this one. This one gives plus 100 hit points and minus 75% tactical speed. So it makes them in the tactical side of things very, very slow, but very, very strong. That's an interesting one, because that one would makes more sense to then go with missiles to get the extra range. Yeah, actually, that's an interesting one. Let's have a look and see if this one's got anything else as well. Down this way. No, there's not really. Well, I think I still want to have like a ship that will actually end up doing beam attacks. So let's just go and build one without the without that defense. I think that this where was it? Where was it? I just saw it there before. Oh, hang on, I'm still way over here. It's this one here. Yeah, the fortress operational ability. That one, the tactical speed being so small, it means that we're going to not be firing for a long period of time. But we're going to be like the plus 100% hit points is really quite cool. Yeah, so sorry I'm missing a lot of the comments here, guys. Let's have a quick read. So Michael's in saying, I tried early on in my last game to make a frigate with kinetic weapons and accuracy damage bonus against other frigates, going for enemy frigates first. It was fun to see how well it did. Yeah, there's a lot of nuance now that you can sort of put into it. So Michael's in saying, I tried to fool it by making bombers as unclassified ship types, and the AI tried to adapt over time with its shipbuilding. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like the. I think I've noticed that the unclassified is actually something you can do. I think that's a bug. I think they're going to get rid of that. I think that is just for things that might happen in the game rather than stuff that we're supposed to be able to do. So I'm not going to be choosing unclassified. Yeah, not 100% sure if that's luck or on purpose. Yeah, unclassified I'm not sure about. Also now try to mix my fighters with 50% goes for bombers, fighters, and the rest goes for frigates or even bigger ships. Yeah, it's good. It's good being able to do this one here. So Sketic saying, hey Daz, do you have any idea when Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode is supposed to be released? It's in early access. You can just opt into it at this stage, but it's pretty boring. At this point in time, it's really not worth playing. But you can test it and see what it's like. So the beta of that is open. I think it will be good eventually. It's just not good now. I mean, it's okay. It's just boring. That's the Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode. But you can just opt into that. That's just opt in your Steam betas, and you can play it straight away. But I don't know when the final release is due to be. I would guess months or years, probably years more than months. Anyway, that's we're not going to be able to find much else in there. Let's just keep on going back. So this, just having a look at all of the text that we have, what our situation is. I still think we're going to have to destroy those bombers. So let's just go back across. If we just click on done, there we're just going for economic development. In terms of the other ships that we actually have, we are building. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'll just click on done and just go back into the designer in here. And we'll have a quick look at the ship designs. So we built a beam frigate here, and this one here. If we have a bit of a look at this guy, if we go to the use this design to do a new one, this one will then just sort of show what we've got through here. And so this frigate is going after bombers first, so bomber, corvette, destroyer, battleship, which is fine. It's got a 25% accuracy because it is a frigate, and it's a defender. So operational. So this is plus 50% accuracy against fighters and bombers. So we are using this one to, as long as we've got a few frigates, we should be okay against the bombers. They're using beam weapons though to actually do everything that they're actually then doing. So we don't have the long range, but we do have the accuracy. So that's actually what we're using with the frigates, which is fine. We could then, I've been supplementing things with fighters as well, just to start to sort of go after the other ships. And I forget which one I'm using. I haven't actually, I've got a few different fighter designs. We might actually have a look and see which one is our fighter of choice, because we've got a few different options there. Just go back in and then just have a look and see what it's wanting us to build. It's wanting us to build, actually, that's a, oh, this is one of the cruisers. They are wanting now actual cruisers being built. Actually, I'll have a look and see if I can just see which one it actually is. If we just go back out again. Let's see what we've got in our fleet. So these are the fighter craft that we actually have. And they're just using beam attacks again. They've got reasonable shields, evasion is high, and the armor rating is high. So our fighters are better than the others with what's going on. If we have a look at the class, they're probably also then going after... it's not going to show us. I wish it would show you what's going on here. This is the APU BM is the class. The APU BM. APU BM has actually been... Well, it's BM is beam. Looks like we don't actually have them here anymore. This is a. So we've got a few others in this other side. Yeah, it looks like they've now designed themselves up with kinetic weapons in mind. Is really what they're now looking for the fighters. So we might sort of get a dedicated fighter design as well. Again, probably just specialising everything in beams. That way we just do one massive beam attack. But let's go, instead of building this cruiser, which is what they've sort of done, what the AI's designed for us, we'll just go back across and redesign a destroyer. I think we'll start with a destroyer, and we'll now make it sort of like fairly basic with what we actually end up doing through here. So we'll first of all, we'll go and edit the doctrine initially for it. So we'll go with the, what should we do? We could go even with more weapon cooldown if we wanted to. We already have the weapon cooldown there. So the barrage would be negative 25%, which would give us a negative 35% with the beams. The assassin plus 50% attack, but we then get extra weapon cooldown. The defender, giant slayer. This large and huge is not medium. Now, medium is what we're going to be fighting against initially. The hunter. This one's good for mediums, like plus 25% attack, but really it's not going to really matter much. Actually, assault. So barrage was there. Why is that different? Why would you go... This one must have been an earlier one. Got barrage there of minus 25%. This looks like to be a bit of a bug, doesn't it? So the barrage is giving you 25%. So weapon cooldown. This one gives you... Assault is negative 50, but with no other negatives. So that's almost a no-brainer to go that way. An assault destroyer, essentially. And with what we go up against, I think... we still target, because we're not going to be moving slowly. I think we still go after our largest combatants first. So let's go and do it this way. So we end up with the where we can fire fast with these things. So we'll save that doctrine. So the doctrine of your ship will determine its behavior in battle. New options can be learnt through research and ideology. Okay, ideology as well. That's interesting. So that may have the assault may have come through ideology, actually. Just thinking about that one through there. So Joshua was saying, finally bought Galaxy 4 and I'm super excited to start playing. But your streams and vids are the closest I get to playing due to real life jobs and whatnot. Thank you for the coverage. Not a problem at all, actually, not a problem. Yeah, some of them, Michael Sins was saying something about that they unlock. Yeah, some of them unlock through research, though. Maybe the assault is further down the research tree. It may be ideology, actually. If it says ideology there, that would make more sense that we end up getting this one through here. But I'm not exactly sure where this one's come from. Anyway, let's save the doctrine. So that then is now our destroyer doctrine for the destroyers that we're going to be building. So let's start a new design with this one. I don't know what happens if we then change the doctrine for a different class of destroyer. So let's just start a new design. And so And so this is the like we'll have a few different sort of medium hulls that we can then make use of. I'm happy enough not to really focus too much on the cosmetics. We can actually enter cosmetic mode and build these up even more if we wanted to. These are the yaw designs that we're using. We've got 32 points on board that we can then go and do. Now, really wanting to just focus on beams, as I said before, but we've got kinetic weapons down through this other side, like the star cannons. We've got the rockets down through this other side as well, where we've got the missile attacks and Helios rockets. We have an iron cannon, which is new to the Warlords DLC. So this one here is fires an ionized beam to disable a target's evasion capabilities. This one is mass of only 4. I'm going to throw one of these on. So let's just go and place one of these on the ship. I'll put them in manually. You don't have to put them in manually. But let's go and throw one of those on. That's just to stop the evasion. That way we should be able to not miss much if we do have a target. We're going to need one of them. Limit one per ship. That's just going to stop the target from, like if the iron cannon does actually fire, that's going to be fine. The cooldown of that is 25 rounds though, so it really doesn't, like, it fires rarely. But that's going to be quite useful, particularly if we then end up having other ships that are swarming the ships. We then actually have 2 different types of lasers. We've got a beam attack of 2 with a mass of 5, and then the particle beam is also a beam attack of 2. Actually, that's mass of 5 as well. What the hell is going on? I thought this changed. I thought one of them was a 4. These are identical, aren't they? And I don't know which one is the supposed to be the most recent of them. It's weird. I thought I had tested this in this version. But lasers and particle beams being the same mass manufacturing cost and attack don't give you any benefit. Well, let's just go with beams. Just throw them on. You know, I could have sworn that was done. Just go and throw a couple of these on. Where is that one? All right, so that's got 2 beams. We're up to 14. We're going to be wanting a lot more than this, though, of course, on the ship. Let's have a look at the others before we sort of go back to it. We've got hull plating, which gives us an armor rating of an extra 2. Weapon jammer. So this uses quantum entanglement to disrupt the possibility of any ships being able to accurately target the ship. So it gives me another evasion of 5, which is a bit much for a big ship like this. Point defense. This is an antimatter cost of 1. Now I've got heaps of antimatter. The mass is high at 7. It does give me 10 evasion. Wow. I can use it unlimited, but there is a 5-round cooldown. That's actually not bad for the anti-missile, like particularly if this is going to be my largest ship. We've got deflectors back through there to get the shield strength up. We have chaff in through here as well to we've got missile defense there of 20. Reduced damage done by missile attacks. That's mainly what we're going to be focusing on. This is only a mass of 2. This is a bit of a no-brainer. Let's go and throw one of these on board. So we'll get the chaff. That's going to give me good defense. The deflectors for the shield, I quite like the idea of the point defense to get that evasion up. Weapon jammer is only size 4. This is size 7. Gives me another 5 missile defense. Yeah, shoots out a countermeasure to block enemy weapons. Do we need it? We've got 16 left. If I put in 2 more of these, that's going to take it. We're going to have 6 left. So the point defense is 7. We're not going to be able to do that one. Weapons jammer we could put on. Let's see what else we've got. The engine boosters we don't need. The specials, we've got a lot of different things in here as well, but there's nothing much in here. We've got a targeting computer. Mass is only 2. beam accuracy and everything goes up. Yeah, let's go and throw that one on here. It's size 2, so we can throw one of those on board as well. There's a lot more you can do now on the ships than what you could do previously. Let's just go and throw one of those, the targeting computers in there. We're definitely going to be wanting to put 2 more beams in, so let's just go and do the beams now. Which we place them. Come on, doesn't want to place itself properly. Okay, that gives me 4 left over for other things. So we've now got the beam weaponry back in through there. It does give me deflectors with 3 and weapon jammers and hull plating. It's massive, only 2 there. And there was nothing else in here that we really wanted to be grabbing. I thought that would only be 1 per ship, to be honest. I'll treat it as a 1 per ship. Hull plating, I mean, we can go with, we've got 4 left over. The deflectors, the shield strength is good to have. Shields will improve a little bit over time anyway. Shield strength at the moment is only 3, so we can double our shield strength. Let's go and put that one on. Shields don't dissipate, but they come back after battle, whereas armor is probably better, but let's just do it with shields. So that's our design. Essentially, we've got 1 more point left over. So that will do us for our destroyer. We could go into cosmetic mode, but I actually maybe we will. Just see if there's anything else in through here. This is the we've got different sorts of componentry that we can then sort of make use of. These are the actual hulls. And we've got the sorry, that's the actual models that we have. That's the componentry that we actually have. This is the extra bits and pieces we can then add to the ship. There's so much more that they've actually now put in here. Just make it look a little bit smarter. We should put caddies on it, shouldn't we, really? Now, if we go and grab one of these, we can then start to do rotations and stuff like this. Just figure out which one's which. Let's get the wings coming up a little bit. That'll do us. That'll be fine. We'll just do it that way. That's enough. Hi Mike, how you going? And sorry I'm missing so many of the comments, guys. I think I saw Joshua's comment there before. So Grimdark is saying the whole thing with lasers and particle beams sums up my problem with Galaxy 4. That has been an issue for several patches. Whole problem, yeah. The laser and particle beams. I have actually reported that a few times, but and it's funny because when I was playing it earlier, I thought that I saw a difference there, and I thought that they'd fixed it, but it hasn't. It has been like that for a long time. One of them should be smaller than the other, or better. It's just not. Grimdark saying from Corvette's not actually giving 25% to the Onyx building spawning Luxar citizens. The game is just buggy. It is buggy. It's they're rushing through, I think, getting stuff in the game, but they do have to come back and do bug. I always write lists usually as I'm live streaming or as I'm playing the game of things that like as feedback, and they do. I've seen a lot of the stuff that I've mentioned be fixed up fairly fast, which is great. But this is one that have mentioned a few times, and it hasn't come back. But overall, the game is a great game, and it will just get better. The bugs do get ironed out, so that's all great. Now we'll save this one. The class name will be now this is what have we done with this one? We've got the assault. It's an assault destroyer, isn't it? A beam assault destroyer. That's the doctrine that we went with. And just for the fun of it, if we started off a new design, I'm just not sure if the doctrine changes when we actually do something different. Like if we go back out, if I just click on done, and we'll just come back across to factory world. Oh God, I always get my middle mouse buttons and things around the wrong way. Now we've got a treasure hunt coming back in through here. But if we have a look at the beam assault destroyer that we've actually now got through here, we can build these in 4 turns here. And so we're wanting to get a few of these built. Let's just pop these in after these other treasure hunters. So start to get these designed. And unfortunately, again, this is one of these things where with the doctrines, it's hard to, you don't get the list of what doctrine they're actually using. Come on, shift. It doesn't actually tell you what they've actually got. Yeah, so that's doesn't really sort of give us what we need there. But it says we can edit the doctrine of these directly. That's good. So you can upgrade them in that case. Well, let's actually try this one. If we just as a bit of fun, just go back out, just click on done, and we'll just go and build another one. So if we just go back into Destroyer and yeah, it's so the new destroyers are keeping their original doctrines, which is great. So so that's cool. That means you can purpose build different design ships with different doctrines in the same fleet with the same class. So that really does open things up. I wasn't really aware of that. If we have a look again back at ours, if just to be 100% sure that it's not a bug. Hang on, that's not going to be it. Sorry, just click on done. Go back in, double click. If we go back into the beam assault destroyer in through here and then just go into edit doctrine. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's good. So we do actually end up having purpose-built ships within the classes. We're not just defining a class like in, say, Distant Worlds or something like that, where the class does everything. This is ship design by ship design, which is great. I'm not sure if I said hi to ZXM there. ZXM is Began, and Began's ship is under a bit of threat at this point in time. A lot of pirates near where Began's ship is, and I can't ban Began from YouTube. In Twitch when I'm playing, if you have a named ship and the ship gets destroyed, I ban you for an hour, but I can't do that from YouTube. I don't think I can anyway, not easily. So that's sort of where we are with everything. So we're going to be building a few of those ships. We've got the, I think that everything else is actually looking pretty good. In terms of the fighters that we end up having, maybe we just go with more frigates, these beam frigates. If we have a look at the beam frigates and edit their doctrine, they're going after the bombers, and they've got defender and bombers. So there's purpose built to destroy those little bombers. So that should be okay. So I think that once we get a few of these together with whatever we're doing, let's just go and get a few more of these beam frigates as well. We'll sort of pop these in amongst what we're doing and just flesh out the fleet, and then we'll declare war. So that's the other aspect of the game as well, the war declaration. Okay, so we've done that one. We've got the vault back and through there. We don't need to do anything else there. We've got executive orders. There's nothing much in here that we really want to do. In terms of leaders, we have a few that we can go and grab. In terms of commanders, we haven't unlocked any of these other ships yet. So we've got all the ships that we can make use of. Governors, we've got everyone on the actual worlds. Ministers, we do actually have a Minister of Defence. This is important for us. So this is so increase the hit points and resistance based on the resolve of the assigned minister. So in recruitment, we do actually have a resolve 11. Wow. Incredibly vain, known to kill people more attractive than them. Ruthless tactician. You're in. You're in. So this is one of the cat girls. And you are now the Minister of Defence. That's a great resolve. We've got a few others that are pretty good as well. But I think in this instance, I don't think I'd be wanting to have a 44 loyalty person in charge of a planet. They lose a whole heap of extra loyalty. Like it's the managerial. Actually, where are some of these other ones? Yeah, managed -9 through that one. -7, -7, -10 is usually what they start with. And so, that's us. That's who we're playing as. But so we don't really want them as governors. Diplomats, we're not really worrying about at all. So we're going to be playing fairly aggressively, I think, from this point forward. We do have incredible resolve here, but 11 is not too bad either. Let's just go back to our ministers, and in you go. All right. Now we are really losing quickly our income. Income is a big problem for us, and it's going to be difficult for us to get that on top of that one. So that's why we've got to build the treasure ships. One of the benefits we do actually have before we go off from this one, that's why we're getting economic development from here. But if I go up down into logistics, we did choose mining as a specialty. And so we can actually then go across and pick up some of these, which may help us a little bit at some point. But I'm not going to worry too much about those at this early stage of the game. We need to get our defenses and attack abilities back up, get them a bit stronger. Vain Cat Girl seems like a recipe for disaster, says Kay Shizzle. It does indeed. So Michael's saying last time it had 18 hit points, living risky. Yeah, it's not a very strong ship if it's the Beacon that you're talking about, which was here. Now, it's got 16 hit points. It does have beam attacks of 12. This one's not a bad little ship, actually. It's only a frigate. Yeah, but the shield and armor and that, it's really not a great ship. Sorry, Beacon, it's just not that great. Now, we do actually have a pirate fleet here, which is probably going to destroy it. Beam attack. So Beacon is here with no moves left. This one here has got 3. 1, 2, 3. Not looking good. Not looking good. That's the Megares fleet of consisting of 6 bombers and 3 fighters. Beacon, I think you're in trouble. ZXM in YouTube, Beacon in Twitch. So Michael's saying, I still see you still got the small money problem. If I remember correct, you tried to build up a planet with money that has low production. Maybe you could fix that by building a few supply ships. Yeah, there were actually, which one was that? That was Osteries 4? Is this the one where the no, that's not it. It's not Factory World. It must be this one here. Yeah, this is the one here. So look and see what we've got in here. Yes, we're building financial districts on this particular world. We are also building the Governor's Manor as well. So, yeah, that's a good idea, actually, to pump this one full of supply ships just to push these along in a speedy manner. Would actually be very, very good. That would actually work in fairly well. Anyway, let's just... Well, actually, yeah, we probably really should supplement that. We probably already are building supply... Yeah, we're building supply ships there, but it's going to take a long time. Supply ships being built there as well, yeah. So we've got the supply ships underway. Then back over here, what are we building at Research World? More supply ships there as well. So I could even use, I've been using these to bolster Research World and get this one up and running, but which I probably will still do from this location, just to get the technological capital established in here. So that will be fine. And then we'll just, we've got a new planet that we've established down this way, which is also building supply ships. But that can all just, these can all just look after Asteries 1. In fact, it's sort of more like a money world, isn't it, really? I think we might change the name of that one. Money world. There we go. So, original intent saying, I see no giveaway. We're still going to play marbles. No, we're not going to today. I missed last week, actually. I wasn't feeling that flash. Wasn't feeling that good when I was normally going to be doing it. But I feel fine now. It's just a flagship. That's okay. If everything else is okay, so let's just end our turn in here. Just go through fleet by fleet. We'll bring this one back to and to build this fleet up. We'll just end up with one big fleet, I think. I don't think the AI will swamp us. Just a probe. The treasure ship. When everything goes a bit crazy, it's going to become a bit harder for us to do things. So these treasure ships are going off to like asteroid belts and things just to sort of pick things up. They just do their own thing. We don't control them at all. Okay, so Factory World has now got more things that we can then go and build. Now what do we have? We do actually have the Durantium processor. Converts Durantium into a powerful manufacturing material. Maintenance is what's killing me. Pollution goes up a little bit. Manufacturing goes up a lot. Wow. Pollution really does go up a hell of a lot here. It's already extremely high. Yeah, crime isn't a problem. Governor's Mansion. We don't have any income here, so just the Governor's Mansion really doesn't matter. It's sort of tempting to throw it in the middle there somewhere. Actually, it's manufacturing percentage per level. That's actually massive. Or if we placed it there. If I throw this one into here, yeah, we get a plus 2% per level of manufacturing, which is level 5. Yeah, let's throw that in the middle there. I like that you can do this and just reshuffle things. We might do it that way. That's done. Okay, just saying, who cares if your cat girls can't breathe? We need more production. Well, see, once we start to take over other planets, we can then start to take the cat girls out of those difficult locations and put Drengen warriors in there and stuff like that to do the work in the factories. We can shuffle the planets around a little bit and get the pleasant ones with the cat girls and the unpleasant ones with others. I think that's where we've got our... oh no, we do actually have a cat girl in charge there. And she's not going to be liking things that much. We've only got one citizen here anyway. But if we can get robots, that would actually be not bad. Do we? This is where I love to have like a citizen log. You have to go through planet by planet to see who's here. We do have this one here. This guy here is... he's got very high intelligence. 0 expectations. If we could send him across. Let's do it. Transport him to Factory World. Done. Get the robot off our planet, off our home world. And so he'll that's him there, transport unit. So just in one of the tiny fighter transport unit type ship is on its way across. I love this as well. Like all of this is actually part of the game. So if you see these things and you're fighting, you can destroy citizens as they're sort of moving their way through. And we've still got 46 months before the next one is built. So we could actually move this one back if we wanted to, somewhere else. Look, I'll leave her there. She can work with the factory, with the robot, and then until we sort of get some of the others. Okay, idle ship back in through this other side. This is Began. Actually, Began didn't get attacked. What the hell? Maybe these guys actually finished them off. A couple of messages here. 2 foreign ships. That's okay. We'll just clear all those. In this case, the Beacon. I've really got to avoid this. I think I'll bring the Beacon back to join up with the fleets. It's too weak to look after itself like this. And he's back home. Moneyworld, Planet Report. So the governor of Moneyworld has done a poor job of setting up a justice system on their planet. Instead of dealing with it locally, they are requesting the capital's lawmakers deal with the problem. It's disappointing that such measures are needed to deal with one governor's incompetence, but we have little choice if we don't want crime to grow in Moneyworld. So now what do we need to do here? Send help. The problem. Okay, so I don't know why we can't choose that one. Oh, it's 200. Now, this is one of these things where they have introduced this one fairly recently, where there's a little decide later button if you want to try to fix it all up. Now, getting the loyalty of the governors is really, really important. The crime will go down. The treasury, though, is going to cost me 200. I think I'd prefer to do that one. If we do this one, we end up with less loyalty and crime goes up. I don't want that to happen. Investigate signs of crime and corruption, starting with the inept governor. So again, crime goes down. We do get extra control. It really is the help that I do want to be sending here. Unfortunately, it just costs a hell of a lot. So yeah, we'll sell some of the materials. So to supplement our money, and we're going to have a little bit of a time. We'll get some of the other money ships will be like. We should start to see a few of these. There's a treasure hunter there going off. There's still a little way to go before they can actually sort of get the goodies, but they will actually come back with some materials at some point. So what we'll do is we'll go into the market, the Galactic Bazaar, and we can sell certain things. What have we got there? We've got harmony crystals, which we don't have any of. Hypersilicates. What have we got a lot of? Precursor nanites. We can't sell them. Thulium we don't have much of. Promethean we don't have any of, and I will be wanting to get some of these. Antimatters we can sell a lot. We've got 23 of those, so this is actually where we can sell them for 57 at this stage. So let's just go and do that. The other ones we have is Durantium, which we don't want to be selling. We've got 4 of those, but and Illyrium we'll need as well. Antimatter is mainly used for missiles. Let's just get up to a fair few hundred. So that's sort of we're flooding the market a little bit, so we've lost a little bit of the exchange rate there, but that's okay. We can now go back to that message. Oh, it's not there. Not there. Be down here. Oh, here we go. One of our esteemed generals has dared to stage a coup against me. We successfully thwarted his treacherous plans, but he has managed to evade our forces and has taken refuge on your homeworld. It is of the utmost importance that you cooperate in delivering this traitor back to us. So we can do that one there where we get +1 relations with the Drengen, which we don't want. This one here, now pacifism increases, not that it really matters that much. It's going to cost us control. But it's the approval of all units goes up by 2% for 24 months. So we irritate Drengen, and their fugitives' actions are a pain for a while. But his antics result in a comedy show. So let's go and do it. We want to sort of start to piss the dragon off because we want to sort of head towards war with them. Let's go back to the advisors through there. Then we still have this one, the Governor of Money World. So we can now send the money to Money World. So we'll do that. Oh no! Oh damn it! Damn it! And I can't ban Began. Began, you didn't escape. You didn't make it. It's always the way. If you watch my Twitch streams, Began always names a character, and that character is always targeted by something, and is always destroyed when you least expect it. So there we go. So poor old Began has gone. Began was destroyed here. Click to replay the battle. Here we go. Let's have a look and see what happened. We got to watch it. We got to watch it in all its gory detail. So Began didn't even get a shot back. Attack of the pirates. Here we go. So when they come swarming in towards Began, we can pause this. We can do cinematic mode. We have to do cinematic mode. No medals this time, no. And the playback speed we can go down to say half speed just for all the actual glory. I think cinematic would probably be the better way. We've got follow, we've got free, we've got top down, we've got cinematic. Let's just go cinematic. Is he going to survive this first round? No, he's not. We'll rewind it. There's new things in the battle log, by the way, as well. Like you've got different aspects of the battle log that show stuff up. Like this has been rejigged to make more sense. The ship have got their own HUDs now, so you can sort of see what their what their health points are, what their shield points are, things like that. So we've got the ship HUDs. You can hide the HUD completely if we just restart the battle. And we're in cinematic mode here. If we just pause that. So we're now looking at it from the perspective. But if we go into follow mode, if I just look at if I bring the ships up, and yeah, Began's extremely damaged from long range attacks that had come from the pirates. And so the pirates are now bringing their bombers in. And so Began is acquiring a target, trying to find a target. Hasn't been able to do that one just yet. If we go across into... Where is it? Where is it? We've got the... if I click on the Began, double click it, is that going to show it? No, it's not. It's not going to do it. I'm going to have to select him from the group. That's weird. That's not the Began there, is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, that's not working. Do that again. User error, I think. We'll just hide the... Oh, that was the Began. Yeah, so that was the Began we were looking at there. So we'll just go in and go into follow mode. So that's the Began through that side. Yep, acquiring a target. We'll hide the battle log. And we'll hide the ships, I think. I'm going to see much. They're miles out in front. Yep, no. You see the end there. There we go. Poor old Began destroyed. Anyway, that's the Began is gone. Grimdark saying, thank you for your service, Mr. Began. So you can't even escape getting ridiculed, Began, when you come over to YouTube. It's so typical. It's sort of, I find it so funny. It just happens every single time. If we play Dwarf Fortress, the first character that's going to be destroyed will be Began. It doesn't matter what it is. It's an F, says K Shizzle. And we were trying to actually get him back to... I was trying to do the right thing and protect him, but it just didn't work. Didn't work out that way. Anyway, that's just the way it goes. Year 5. It's been nearly 5 years since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We're no longer vulnerable to a planet-wide extinction event. We've brought our life to new worlds. A celebration is held so everyone enjoys the festivities. This is good. So for 10 months we get 20% approval and with what we're doing. I thought we may have got some cultural progression, but we haven't really got anything else in there just yet. So we'll leave that one where that is. Okay, then we've got the event. So this is Absolution has surveyed something. So a flagship has stumbled across a curious sight, a drifting precursor cargo container. An intense sense of excitement fills the bridge as we approach. Initial scans indicate the container houses an advanced particle beam that is remarkably small, even if not particularly powerful. The component is filled with a high concentration of promethium. Now this one here, we can use this one for our next flagship. +3 promethium is actually worth a lot to us. Or 600. Now the promethium costs 155 from what I can remember previously, when we were looking at it just before. Yeah, 155. So if I get the 600 and then buy 3 promethium, I still come out with more money at the end of it. So the 155 is actually, that's worth us getting the money and then buying 3 promethium and keeping and pocketing the rest of the cash. So we've got where is it? So sell a lot for 600. There we go, and we'll now go back to the market. What's a bit there now? 200. If we go 1, 2, 3, we can get 3 promethium, and so we still come out of that deal a little bit ahead. Now I do want promethium. Because we don't have any, and there's a lot of things we need to build on our planets with promethium. So I just want to get a little bit of it. So just as an excuse, just to use that event for that, we'll just do it that way. We're still building treasure ships. No, we're building the beam frigates back in through there now. Should be building the assault destroyers there. This is good. So we'll get a couple of these. We're going to need siege ships as well. Might build them back in here, I think. Just get a couple of them. Actually, I might move the treasure ships back out of the way. Okay, that particle beam is very powerful, says Michael. Oh, the one that they give us, yeah, look, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. We're doing very, very well militarily anyway. I was saying it has low mass, fast attack, and the attack of its own besides other beam weapons. Oh, okay. So for when you're firing at distance. Just keep on rolling through these until we start to build up our fleet. And then we can declare war against the good old Drengen. Economic development comes in 1 month. There's the Valiant, which is a small frigate. There's a constructor there. This one, just get it to keep on going off and surveying. We've got a fair few different sorts of survey ships. Alright, as a civilization adapts to being multi-planetary, we find ourselves at crossroads, necessitating a profound reimagining of our economic and philosophical foundations. So what do we end up getting? We get upgraded markets, increase the level of our financial districts, which is, we definitely want to be doing that on Money World. Gross income goes up by 10%. It's only affected us by 2 or 3. I think we ended up at we were -16 when we looked at it officially, but I was glancing up and having a look at it. We were -14 a turn or so back, so that's given us 3 back, and we've then develops the economy of each of our worlds, so wealth goes up as well. But this is something we are going to need to. We still need to address this quite badly, actually. Got Xeno Hospitality coming in after that one, at least the trade networks, which was something that's another one that would be important to us. Now, what are we going to get to choose from in here? Our money is going backwards. Sorry, our food is going backwards. Fusion power plants. We don't really need that just yet. Stellar Marines. This one here, we get the marine berthing on the ships if we want them. Soldiering goes up by plus 10%. We end up with drone soldiers and assault shuttles coming after that. It's not important to us, to be honest, at this stage. Yeah, there's nothing much there, so I think we're going to go with agriculture. We are going to need to do that one. Now, the fusion power plants would be great, but we can just go that way. Now, in terms of what we're doing, let's just go back across to our sector of space. And back into Money World. That should be unlockable. Actually, we can always just make money this way as well. The economic stimulus now. Anyway, we'll just keep this one. We'll just keep this planet sort of thumping along. That's okay. Just click on done. The frigates, so we'll bring these frigates in just to take on their bombers. Alright, Sithal, how are you going? Beep back. There's another frigate. And here we go, the first of our big winged destroyers ready to come back out now and enter combat. So it's got a beam attack of 9. It's got shield strength of 6, evasion of 7, armor rating of only 3, which is not fantastic. But it's what we've got. Move them across. Here we go, so we see the Doctrine there. Again, I wish it would really spell out what they actually mean, rather than just showing destroyer assault and largest combatants. Like, we need to sort of see what that actually does mean in those. I don't think any of, if we hover over these, it doesn't tell us anything. Oh no, it does. It does there. It doesn't there. But I would prefer to see all of that. Why not just spell it all out? I think that would actually be better. So Michael's saying, yeah, the money is no problem as soon as the Minister of Finance... Yeah, that's true, actually. That is true. Where are we with that? If we have a quick look at the Minister of Finance, what do we need? Minister of Finance. Okay, so it requires an interstellar trade technology, which is 2... No, that's gettable for us, I think. We've got a fair few really intelligent people. Not that we want to get rid of a 15 as such, but we do actually have some pretty highly intelligent cat girls that would be available for us to make good use here. Let's have a look and see where that actually is, the interstellar trade technology. How far off are we from getting that? That will be under governance. Oh. Miles away. Miles away. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Got Xeno Hospitality. Then we've got trade networks. This one here does allow us to get more. Maybe we do have to focus on this in this level. I think if any of these come up, we have to take them. This financial aspect. That would certainly help enormously. Anyway, let's just leave it there. Just click on done. So, yeah, so no, we're a long way off with that one. Now, we've got supply ships in here. We want this one to go into Research World, which is trying to build the technological capital. So, just want to boost that one along. It was 51 turns. It should now be 37 turns. So, we're rapidly sort of, by putting the supply ships into there, we can get that technological capital up fairly fast. There's a Drangan flagship or constructor. Get out of our territory, please. Xeno Agriculture. There we go. Just choose new tech. Got quantum computing, orbital mining. This, I think, would be good for us. Click on done. A supply ship here. It's gone from 36 to 21. That's as good. Getting it nice and fast. Small frigate. What's it doing? Oh, this is a this is the absolution. It can be updated, so it has at the moment kinetic attack, which is I'm not going to worry about. Kinetic attacks are pretty useless until you sort of get in the middle of stuff. So I think I'm just going to go with the crew quarters and just get the hit points up. Actually, the reinforced hull, that's 3 Durantium cost for that. Not worth it. Not worth it. Just get the crew quarters. Okay. So this is Pralina Prime, and we do actually have a lot of these financial areas. I think I'm going to go and push these up. Get those done. Housing, we're running out of... Actually, we've got 14 now, so that's actually not too bad. So housing is actually okay. Manufacturing we should boost as well. Got a fair bit of that. Research, we don't have hardly any on the world, but we are still researching fairly well. Recreational... We're sort of okay here. We've got a couple of recreationals, but I won't worry about those. I think we'll just keep them coming. We do have the surveillance centre. Yeah, manufacturing goes up. Let's just do these. See how these go. Michael's saying, do you know how the shipboarding works? If yes, any chance you could explain? I don't actually. I haven't got that far into the game, so that's sort of more mid-late game, and we're still sort of like early mid-game at this stage. How many turns are we in? We're 67 turns into the game at this point in time, so we're still a little way off really being able to do those. Now we're going to go back to Money World and just try to push these financial districts through with this any supply ship that we generate from this region of space. So that's going to then make that come next turn. Yeah, we're down to -10 now, which is good. Freighter coming in from the yaw, that's good. There's our next destroyer. I think we're sort of in a position now to start fighting. So I think what we'll do is we'll end the turn, just get everyone together on that world. Here comes more freighters. So this will be good for us as well. This will help with our money if the yaw are going to be working with us like this. Okay, exotic minerals mission. So hire civilians to gather resources for us. So this is where we can sort of go after extra things. This is unique to us because we did the mining, because we got the extra mining capabilities at the start. Asteroid factories. This could be very good for us. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go this way. Let's just go and get that one done. Hang on, what was it that was being built? Seed ships, that's okay. Alright, well, let's go and set this up now. So we've got a fair few different sets of ships in the bottom through here. We've got a cruiser and 2 destroyers, so we'll bring those out. We've got the beam frigates as well. What else have we got? We've got a siege ship, we'll leave that one back there. Beam assault destroyer, we should have a couple of those. It's funny, it's not giving us the... got eject all ships, I could do that one if I wanted to. The fighter. Here we've got the beam frigates down through this other side. There's the other destroyer. Then we've got the more beam frigates. That's 1, 2. We've got 3 beam frigates. I'll leave 1 beam frigate back on the world. We've got the big cruiser as well. That's it's not telling us what the logistics are of this group. And we just get like a bunch of fighters. And it leaves 1 ship behind. Yes, this one we've gone over our limits here. So we need to remove 3 from this. These are worth 2. It's one of the old designs, I think. So we can combine the fleets, essentially. Let's go into the fleet manager here. And, oh, hang on, can't empty the fleet. Done. How do we combine them? I'm sure you could do this from the fleet manager. Can't empty the fleet. That's weird. Do it this way. Okay, that takes us up to the full 26. This is going to be by far the strongest fleet in the game. Let's just get it into position. So we're going to be a little bit out this turn. Now this is a Drengen fleet coming through. What have they got? So they've got heaps of firepower, actually. Bombers and a cruiser. The Doomgiver. Medium-sized combat ship of balanced capabilities could form the backbone of any fleet. Okay, well that's going to have to be the target. Not these. If we have a look at this, I thought it was going to give us a predictor. Yeah, we're not seeing it there. Anyway, that's going to have to be what we go after. They've only got half their logistics. This is a bit of a worry. I mean, we've got 57, but I think that with these sorts of things, we're going to have to. Well, I won't worry about getting the experience. We're just going to have to do what we have to do, I think. And can we see any other fleets? Oh, it's a. This is a monster fleet. Just wandering around the place. Okay, well let's leave it a turn or so. So this is Speaker 2. Let's go and grab that. 10 turns for that one. I'll just play it bit by bit. Country conversion there as well. Yeah, food is. We did have some good food locations in here. Just use these worlds for this sort of stuff for now. It's really just a supplementary world. Supply ship. So we're going back across to Money World. Let's watch what happens. We're -7 now. We are still -7, are we? Yep, that's coming down quite nicely. We're getting more and more production back in here. So we'll then try to get the Governor's Mansion as well. And we might throw that one in as well. Trade offer. Here we go. So the Festron Hunt are we give an exploration treaty, and they give us 70 credits, open borders, and a Techopod hive, 3 Techopod hives. I'm going to go with that one. Why not? We'll accept that one. Done. They're miles away from us. They're not really any sort of threat. Yeah, Michael's saying have to test that soon. Yeah, with everything. So and Sizzle's saying yeah, totally what I would do. Master of Orion 2, part of the fun was taking over the Antarian ships. So on Speaker 2, what is that 17-turn building that is greyed out that you can't build? Maybe it's a food building that requires 2 Monsantium. Where was that one? Speaker 2. I don't know if that was our good food world or not. This one here is Kimberley's Refuge. Yeah, that does give a lot of food actually. Actually, that wouldn't be bad, would it? Yeah. It only requires 1 Monsantium, which we could definitely afford. That's I'll ditch that one. That's steps, and it can be built in steps. Yeah, and then we can sort of just keep on boosting the food everywhere else. Yeah, that would be if we make this into food world, that would actually be the ideal, I think. Yeah, Monsantium won't be much, will it? Really? Let's do that. The planetary conversion as well. I can push that one in front of the planetary conversion. In fact, I could push it in front of everything. That way, we just know that we've. You know, our money situation really does get back on top, and we're going to run out of money. So we're going to run out of food. Actually, look at this. We're down to -1. Everything's working so well. It's coming together quite nicely. So as we've like with our money world, that's actually working fairly well. I don't know if we can change it in here. No, we can't. I'll just click on done. With the Monsantium. Where the hell is it? We don't have access to it. That's a shame. So it's not in the market at the moment. Okay, I think that was changed as well to make the market sort of a little bit more reflective of what was going on in the game. So we've got the, actually we've got 2 more of these I can now go and do. So we're under individualism. We've got all of these. I wish that this would be more grayed out so you can sort of see that you haven't actually got them yet. This one you get +3 to their attributes or the autonomy. Governors get +10 loyalty and +1 policy slots. What do we end up getting further down through here? Privacy. Some of the others wouldn't be bad for us to look at getting as well. Look, we've got a reasonable population now, so maybe this one here. So actually, this is citizens, not civilians. Let's go and grab that one. That's just going to be the leaders essentially. Yeah, this is great. It's really boosted them along. Actually, I probably should have waited until I had even more, and then gone for it. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Monthly income has now gone up. we've hit the green, we've hit the black. I was saying it may pop up in the next few turns in the market. Yeah, we'll keep on having a look back in there and see if we can sort of spot it. All right, that one's now got full movement. I think we chase this one down. And destroy it, because we don't want fleets like this close to where we are. We end up with moderate casualties for us against them, but if we can fire the beams first. Now they're only moving at 8, we're moving at 17, so we can catch them up. Particularly if they go in that direction. Another supply ship already, that's good. From Spicker. Oh, look at this. Look at the money. Look at the money. The trade route income has gone up a lot. That's because the Yor are now trading with us. If we have a look at the new trade route area, we can see there that when we did the summary, we had what we were doing, but we've now actually got a few more coming back in from other places, which is just helping a little bit. So total trade income is coming back up. So this is all good signs. We no longer need the treasure ships in that case. And let's just keep on getting a few more of these. We're going to need to pump out a few fighters as well, just to go along with everything. Research world, only 13 turns. This should probably do it, I think. Yep, next turn we get that. That's good. Okay, well, it's time to declare war. So what we end up having now, a big difference in the Warlords. They've got a default way of doing it in the base game, but Warlords allows us to do other things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come through and declare war against the Drengen. So we'll do that straight away. Just go across into diplomacy, which is here. So they're sort of middle of the road with us. Actually, the Memots have gone really bad. Ooh. This is... do we change what we're going to do? I think we have to put the Drengen away. I think we can handle the Memots if they declare war against us. But let's just go and talk to these guys. So if we just go and speak to... when we go into it's time for you to die, instead of just going in and starting the actual war, we now actually have a range of different things. Yeah, you heard me. We are going to definitely declare a war. So, so we now actually have 4 different war aims. So select your war aim carefully to create a rationale for your actions in the eyes of both your citizens and the larger galactic community. However, exercise caution, as the longer the conflict endures, the greater the negative repercussions it can bring to your civilization and your relationship with other civilizations. So depending on what sort of war we want to go into, it will impact a lot of different things. Now, the one that is overtly that we get with these is aggressive neighbour, which is a -1 diplomacy with all civilians. So it's going to make everyone sort of go a little bit more negative towards us. If we go into war of expansion, we've got -2, which is -2, which is the dangerous neighbour. -3 is galactic threat for a war of conquest, and then clear and present danger. Now, all I really want from this is to destroy the fleet that we've seen coming through our territory. So this is fully justified, of course. Destroy that fleet which was stepping on our toes, and also destroy the 2 star bases, the 2 Illyrium star bases that are inside our territory. That's all I want to do. So for me, a war of defence sort of seems like the appropriate one. So a short-term war with the intent to preempt aggression and protect borders. Declaring a war of defence carries minor diplomatic penalties. So let's go with that one. And again, you don't have this if you don't have the Warlords DLC. So we'll declare a short war, which I really like because that war it is. Then goodbye. He doesn't look as angry as he normally does. I think he's shocked. He's stunned. What's going on? Now they may decide to stay at war with us for an extended period. We'll just click on done. All right, off we go. So we're now at war with the Drengen. We don't have to have war aims as such, but one thing I might just do here is just to get a another. Which one is it? It's the cargo ship. Supply. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's further up. That's where it is. The constructor. I'll grab a constructor at this stage. So I might even just put it in there. That's going to be about the right sort of timing, I think, for it. Just so we can sort of come up and replace. So I should be able to pick up all of the Illyrium just with one. I don't need to have two like what they've got. There's a small probe. Look, what we should do is just stop any incursions through our space at this point in time. So we'll send a small fighter off on a mission. Turn. Two foreign ships. It's okay, we'll leave that one where that is. There's just a freighter, I'm going to leave that one where that is as well. This is quite a useful screen actually, just to have a bit of a look to see what's going on. That processor's finished on factory world, that's good. Okay, so let's now go after this particular ship. Now, if we go, I can fire at range 2, but it's not as effective as firing at range 1. So I'm just going to go in really close and fire at this fleet. We've still got 9 more moves after this. So if I go to the attack, it's light casualties for us, total loss for them. But if I go and actually do a beam attack, and everything in here has got beam weaponry on it. It did a bit of damage to it, not a hell of a lot. It's down from 65 down to 58. And so it's weakened it a little bit. Like if we go and have a bit of a look and see what their ships have got. We have a look, we've got the bomber there. We've got the cruiser is down to 51. That bomber's untouched. All right, let's go into it. Now, if we go in, like it's still going to be light casualties because of the... it's not showing the battle predictor anymore. If I leave the fighter craft out and go in with all the larger ships, that would still be effective. We don't know exactly what the doctrine is on this cruiser, do we? Smallest combatants. So it's going to be going after the smallest ships first. So that's trying to destroy the fighters. We've got the frigates anyway to look after things. So I think we actually bring the fighters out and go in with the 3 big ships and the two of the others. So we'll just bring the 4 fighters out, which then just leaves us with 2 destroyers, 1 cruiser, and 2 frigates. The 2 frigates. Do we want to bring them in as well? I think we will. It says moderate casualty, so we may lose a frigate or 2, but it's not going to really matter that much. Let's just see what actually happens here. We'll watch the battle. The fall of Drengia fleet. I wish I wouldn't give you the spoilers straight away. Let's see. We'll go to top-down mode. We'll play it at 50% speed. We'll put the ship HUDs on so we can see the shielding and damage as they sort of come back through. I won't worry about the log files. Another thing actually that does come with this is that you do actually have individual logs for the different ships. So you can bring up a battle log of each ship, which is also new. So there's some really good stuff in the game. What's that targeting? It's going after one of the frigates. There's a frigate on top there that is being targeted. Now the iron gun start is looks like it may have been hit. These may have actually been already been hit. Let's have a bit of a look to see. It's missile attack. It's not showing us anything else in through there. So the frigates are destroying these without any real problem. There was a miss back in through here. Yeah, it's going barrage, smallest combatants. So which again show the list. I mean, you sort of know what the list is, but it would just be nice if it did show that. So it's going after the frigate with plus 25% accuracy. Battle log. Yeah, here we go. So the destroyer hit this one with its iron cannon, and so so evasion has now been disabled from this ship. This ship cannot escape. We've still got one more fighter, but the other one did actually also get hit, I think, by the fusion beam. Unless this one did. Yeah, it did actually. We're being hit back in through here. I think that's one of the frigates being smashed. This thing, its shielding is now down. That's blown up as well. So we did lose one. We're going after the other frigate. We're losing our shielding. We should have left the fighters in, to be honest. Yeah, so we lost both frigates, but we did destroy that big cruiser. And that was important. Important we did that one. That was probably the most powerful cruiser that we've seen basically in the game. So we need to replace those frigates just for when we do go up against bombers. I probably should have just left the big ships on their own. So we'll just leave it there. So they can then come back into this group. And move back off towards this. So we're building still more frigates back in through this other side. We've got two siege ships. We've got the frigates back in through here as well. You've got two frigates there. I'll bring both of them out. Just to join back up again. Another destroyer. I want to get a reasonable fleet back at home as well, just in case they start to come after us. What are we seeing in here? An invader. So this is an actual transport ship, like a troop transporter. We may see them coming. This is why we need to have a group around Research World and Speaker 2, which will be this group here. Ultimately, they'll sort of look after the borders, and then we'll push this one back once we destroy these. So and then we'll keep a secondary fleet at the back here. Now this is the Klingzog, our flagship. So Michael's saying, is the cruiser by default set to target frigates first? I think it may be now. I think it may be. I'll have a look in just a second. I think that's changed. I know that they rebalanced it because there was a hole where where frigates were not targeted at all by anything, which means that you didn't have to really defend them much because the bombers would go after the bigger ships, the other ones would go after the smaller ships. So the frigates were sort of like in a bit of a sweet spot, but they have actually closed that gap. And I think that by default, cruisers may go after those medium-sized combat, like the frontline ships, which are the frigates, basically. Actually, what was I looking for? I was looking to see what to do with this other ship. Now, the Absolution. There's nothing else to survey, so let's just get everyone back home. Yep, they're all down here. And even more of them. So they've all just been surveying. Bring them all back into our territories. God, there's still more of them. Okay, we didn't see much from the Drengans there. Just keep a bit of an eye on this area of space. There's that transporter. Okay, they've got their cruisers here. Their cruisers are really quite strong. They do a hell of a lot, actually. Okay, we're going to have to... yeah, we're going to have to check this out, aren't we, really? That's a big ship. Now, we do actually have military star bases. That's economic. That one's military. One thing we don't actually have with the military is we should actually now start to get advanced defenses. This is Durantium. We've got 9 Durantium. This is actually not too bad. Mega Starbase. This is only for the Starbase fortification module. Increase defense of allied ships within Starbase area of effect. This is what we want to do, is to get these up. The Interstellar's defense module is boost moves of allied ships. We don't need that one. The Zalon defense system. Wow, that's 6 Durantium for that one. Increase the attack of allied ships. Not worth it. But the other ones are. The other ones definitely are. So that's going to help all the little ships that we actually have on these worlds. We don't have very many, but it'll just make them a little bit better if they have to fight. But hopefully we don't have to do that. Now this one here, we've still got 8 more turns, so we can move this one through, and we want to destroy these. So now we will go and beam attack this. This is just a mining station. It's down to 70. We've still got 2 more moves here. There's no casualties. Let's just go for it and watch the battle. I think it targets the bigger ships. It's going after the frigates again. The frigate should be able to evade fairly well. We're missing all the time. I think we've got its shields down. Oh, it's hit the shields of one of our frigates. I really like this HUD that it's now got. There we go. We got it. We did take a bit of damage on one of our frigates, which is not too bad. So that's all good. Done. All right, that's one out of the way, and then we've just got this one over here. And then we'll have the, like fairly soon, we'll have the next one ready to go. Now we've got the starbase there. This is a military starbase. Again, I'm just going to go back through. Fortification module is what we want. Build that module. Advanced defences as well. We're down to 5. Extending this, I think, is a good idea. Let's go and do that. We're down to 4 Durantium now. It's mainly that fortification module is what we want. Now we also have another one down in here as well, just to protect everything. That's the economic starbase. That's our military starbase there. I think I'm just going to pop this one in as well. So we're down to 3. Advanced defences. Again, it's just going to protect it fairly well. That leaves us with 2 and 2. I'll leave it there. I'm sort of interested in extending the range of the military starbase here, but it's really only to protect these worlds. That's really what it was there for. Like getting another 2 isn't going to really make a big difference there at this stage. This one here around our home world, like we can now really sort of push things forward from here if we have to. Okay, now we're going to have a look and see if the cruise is set by default, won't we? Just see what happens there. Let's have a quick look and see. Yeah, actually no, it still goes fighter bomber, frigate, corvette, whereas I think traditionally it was actually it went more the larger ships first, I thought, with the cruisers. So it is targeting the smaller ships, but it's by default targeting the fighters and bombers. The fact that it's targeting, the things are targeting the frigates does mean that they are going through, that they've chosen gunships or frontline combatants as their starting point, which is interesting. Just click on done. Asteroid factory's coming next turn, that's good. Alright, factory world can do more things now. Now the pollution is incredibly high, but the happiness is, they're happy to live there. Well, this one really doesn't care about that at all. So we're down to 3 food, so food is becoming a bit dire. Got tourism. We do have military there. Again, I might just build a manufacturing district back in that area. I don't think there's anything else we can get in through this other side. It's going to boost that. Resource lift. Yeah, it's not going to help us. None of this stuff is already going to help us that much. So I think we just keep on building away, just getting more. Actually, we can't build a manufacturing district there. Even though this gives a bit of a boost to research, I think I'll still just keep on getting manufacturing. This is really where we just have to keep on building as much manufacturing in through here as we can. Money is not really a big issue at this stage, but getting modules is... We do that even beforehand. So we can get the modules very, very quickly just for building things up. What do we have in here? Just helps with manufacturing. Yeah, I'll leave that where that is at this stage. Now this one here is Research World, so we've now got our technological capital in through here, which is good. What else can we build? Research goes up by 25%. Bonus per level. We don't have anywhere really good for this, unless we sort of ditched one of these. What would that do? could remove that and put this one in. Yeah, we do have the hypersilicates. We've got the Promethean. That one's just giving us. He's giving us 14%. This would then give us a yeah, bonus per level. It's going to have a lot of levels. It's level 7, so that is worth doing, I think. Let's go and do that. Just bolster this one right up. Alright, new ship. This is at the Asteres 1. I'll just keep on getting more of the supply ships, just so we can keep on boosting our production on the worlds. This is Money World. Is Governor's Mansion, so we'll just keep on pushing that one forward. Okay, a ghastly request. We, the Festron Hunter, are approaching a significant period of our life cycle, our sacred mating ritual. For the ritual's success, we require sentience to feast upon. We'd like you to provide these sentience. You can gather them from your prisons if that helps. So we definitely won't be doing that one. Absolutely not. Not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. I was saying, if you've got any slots left in your production planets, there is orbital building that boosts the hull by 50% to all ships that are built on the planet. Well, Factory World's the one. Give me one of these. Space elevator. Not sure if this is what you mean. It's not that one. Get one of these sorts of things. It won't be the surveillance center. I had a look for specifically for manufacturing type things, but I couldn't see it there. Maybe we haven't got it the tech done yet. Anyway, let's keep on going. Keep on going with our war. The asteroid factories. Yep, that's good. Showing you research. Increase the maximum size of our fleets. We get another 8 logistics. Now, we don't really need it just yet. The fusion power plants would be good as well. Yeah, it's in the menu where the space elevator is down at the bottom. Oh, okay. We might have a look at that one then. In fact, before we... Actually, I'll just pick one of these. Quantum computing, I think we'll go that way. It's only 2 to grab that one. Distance array, Orbital Academy. Oh, there we go. 50 hit points, yeah. Well, that's actually not bad, is it? What do we need? 5 Duranium. We can buy that. We can definitely buy that. Actually, I should have done that earlier, shouldn't I? Now, do we have the other one that we... That's Monsantium. We can now finally get this one as well. Let's just get 3 of those. And then back to good old Duranium. Get a few of those as well. Oh, now not enough credits. We'll have to sell more antimatter. Yeah, 150. We've got 133. All right, so antimatter it is. Where are you, antimatter? There we go. It's become quite cheap. The market has dropped in the antimatter stakes. It's a good idea to get that one. Orbital Academy build. I like that these are automatic as well. You don't have to queue them up or anything. So anything we build in there, we've still got more beam assaults, beam assault destroyers coming. And that'll be enough for this area of space. I don't know if that's worth getting another one there as well when we can afford it. We can't really afford it just yet. Okay, let's go. Okay, one of the agreements with Meanwhile, that's going to make it even more likely that they're going to declare war fairly soon. So I think really I'm sort of happy to just finish off this area here. They're the big destroyers. I might leave it for a turn and then we'll come back in and just sort of deal with it again afterwards. Absolutions. I might also just keep these sort of positioned in around these worlds. Yeah, this is Spica 2, so again we just go with more supply ships. Our research world is trying to build that mainframe, so we'll help with that. Still waiting for other things. That probe has now gone everywhere through here. Put one back out. That's not going to worry us. And that's not going to worry us. There's two ships there. Alright, well, we need to see how far off we are getting this. That's another beam frigate coming there. We want to have that constructor through next. Look at the money situation. It's completely changed. No longer have any sort of concerns with that at all. Let's just use the beam again. Down to 58. Yeah, let's just go for it. It says light casualties. I could ditch the... I could actually just go in with the big guys. The three big ships. Just watch the battle. Evaded that one. We'll get close enough to use their iron weaponry fairly soon. There we go. Iron weapons have gone in. Not that it matters much. They can't really evade. Getting close for the beam weapons. Shielding has gone down from the destroyer. Times. This is good. I like that we're now seeing things. We took 13 damage, but that's actually good. It certainly helps. Now, it's this area of space that we then have to be a bit concerned about. Just keep them there. We can just keep them here now just to repair. I'm happy enough just to keep them in that position. Whoa, no I'm not. You can see that. There's another 4. What have they got coming? 46. And they've got this fleet coming after that. On this world, we don't have much. 12, so they can actually move. This is their border, so they've actually got full range. This one here can move at 11. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They can get back to here, so they can't get to Spica 2. I think we'll position ourselves on the world, and we get a little bit of extra boost in through there anyway. So let's just go and support that. That should turn them away from here. I'm actually happy now to actually talk with them again and try to finish this off. They probably won't speak. Yep, no, it's still too soon after declaring war. But I'm happy. I'm happy now. That's for me. That's good enough. We've done everything we had to do. Now this is again finance-wise. This is our main world. Food is becoming a bit of a problem here. Jeez, what should we build? Yeah, I might just bolster these little sorts of things at this stage. Now, if they want to keep the war going, yeah, and they probably will, then we'll have to figure out other ways around this. Right, let's see what they get up to. Are they going to turn around? Alright, so it says that we're not going to have any casualties here, and this is a large portion of this is going to be because of the protections that we actually have at the world. And so if we have a look at for example, this is the cruiser that took a bit of the damage in through here. In fact, if we look at the small craft, it's probably going to be more applicable. We should see, I'll just press shift, come back up to here. Shield strength of 8 is good. Armor rating of 8 as well. A lot of this comes from the you can see there the Spica Starbase 2 is giving us +5s. So our small ships have now got the protection of our tiny ships have got the protection of a small ship. So we've got the and these will also then have even extras as well. So again, 8 and high evasion, good shield strength. So we'll watch the battle. This is good. This will then get rid of another one of their doom givers. We've got a frigate and then a heap of these bombers. But we're geared to take on their bombers. We'll watch the battle. So they're completely avoiding going after our fighter craft. And they're going after the frigates, which are a fair way back. There we go. That's a good battle result for us. Didn't even take any damage there. That was great. That's good. Okay, we heard rumours that the Drengen Empire have built the Centurion Emporium Galactic achievement. Okay. Done. Research complete. We'll select new research. I think we'll go with Stellar Marines in this instance. Actually, +1 moves is a good one as well. That would be great. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I'm not planning on really going after the worlds at this stage. We will eventually, probably in the next session. We'll start to do more conquest type stuff, but I want to get out of this combat. But what we have to get rid of this fleet here. So this particular fleet is there's only got 2 ships in it. It's got no real firepower, so there's really nothing much in here. There's just a Thug Mark II. It's essentially just a big transport, an invasion ship being escorted by this bomber. Back in through here, we should then find that we'll have a lot more There's not that many more. There's frigates and there's a cruiser there. I wish that this would be scaled. The size of the ship. That one's got nothing. It's building more thugs. The thugs are just their little bombers. Now we know that there's actually a big group of bombers somewhere else as well. That's an invader. So the invaders have got like a civilian on board. So they've actually got they've got a Zoloxy citizen as their soldier on board this one here. That's interesting. What about this one here? There's a Drengen. Master Mythion is the Drengen we're going to be destroying here. He's the general taking in this particular group. He's a criminal. He's certainly a criminal in our eyes. I wish there was an easier way to do this. This full ejection is not fantastic. This is the beam frigates. They're both full of like they're both ready to go. Go to the fleet manager. Oh, hang on. This is actually how I could have split things up before. Take a couple of these later designed fighters across. Maybe 3, as well as the cruiser and the destroyers. Yeah, that's on its own. Oh, I screwed this up. I did it the opposite way. So a one-off, but this is a nothing attack, so we'll just go in and destroy it. Might as well watch it. Just the fighter craft did the job there. So Michael's saying, I've noticed that too, when building a very strong military base, sometimes the AI only goes for that target, even if it loses all its ships. I hate it when the AI doesn't think. Yeah, look, and again, I'm not overly concerned about the like even when I play it, like whenever Stardock releases a DLC or an update, I'm assuming that there's going to be a fine tuning required, and I have full confidence in their ability to basically fix things like that up. Because they do it very, very well. They're very good at that. So it's yeah. So that doesn't worry me at all. That I mean, it's at the time, you sort of think, oh, we should have had this or that, but you know that it is going to be looked at because that's really what they start off pride themselves on being able to do that one. Now this is an economic starbase. Do they have a military? It's a culture there. There's no military starbase. Well, we can actually really dominate their home system if we wanted to. Yeah, Andersona, that was actually where the other fleet had come from. We don't really have vision back down this other side. I think we go in and start to even destroy even more of these star bases. There's the military. There's the military starbase. So what's it got on it? The Dringia starbase. Actually, where can we see the list? Yeah, we can't look at it. only got 100 hit points, but it's got incredible shield strength, good armor strength. Missile attack of 37. And its range is not far, but it does cover Drengi. But it doesn't really cover these. So so we can certainly get rid of these 2-star bases if we wanted to. Now that's the leftovers of the monster fleet. Looks like it's been damaged a bit. Yeah, they're down to just a handful of small creatures. So Asteri's 4. So desperation and crime. So as the war drags on past its objectives, Asteri's 4 experiences desperation amongst the citizens. This desperation is manifested into an uptick in criminal activities as many feel abandoned by the extended conflict. This is too early because I can't even finish the war off. That doesn't work well. So that shouldn't. Those sorts of disappointments shouldn't really be coming through until, was it Asteri's 4? Where the crime was starting to go up? Yeah. It's a bit of a backwater nothing planet anyway. And again, I'm thinking that that's possibly happening so early because Stardock are testing it, and so I'm thinking it's thinking, okay, in terms of like a war score type thing, you know, we're certainly doing what we needed to be doing, but we don't get to see any of that sort of stuff. So the game is keeping track of that one. All right, ship idle. Another destroyer. I'm going to start to keep these down in here now, around Factory World. I can destroy that just invader as well, just so that it's not here anymore. Oh, that's as far as we can go. Let's stay out in the open. We've got to stay outside of the range of their big military bases until we really are ready to take them on. The probes, I think I'll actually bring them back into this side of the space as well. Did they move? No, they didn't. I won't worry about the thugs that they're building. There's another invasion fleet there. Which one have they got? They've got the economic there, they've got the culture base there. This is light casualties. Let's just keep on waiting. Look, we'll just pepper away at this. Now we should have our constructor. We can get all 3 of those now. So we'll just replace their base with our base. And we'll put a, we've got mining barracks there, boost the yields of attached resources. I don't really need these so much, so I'll just leave it where that is. That's fine. But that was the war aim that we actually had. That's what we wanted to do. Again, we'll just keep on going back in. We still can't speak to them. So back in our capital, we can start to boost the housing, agriculture. We have a little bit of agriculture, not much. Actually, manufacturing should have been done. I'll just boost these. I've got nothing else to do with these, so I might as well just get them up. Yeah, money situation is good at this stage. Leave that one where that is. This is at speaker 1, so that's just going to be another supply ship. And we're still 14 turns off getting this one. So just bolster the manufacturing and research world. Okay, stressful times amidst the here. This is annoying. Amidst the lingering shadows of war. I might just jot this one down actually, because if we can't end the war, we shouldn't be getting these. We shouldn't be punished like this. Otherwise, we would have just gone with a war of domination type thing. Amidst the lingering shadows of war, a notable leader expresses concern over the escalating stress levels amongst the population. The strain of the prolonged conflict has made daily tasks and responsibilities increasingly challenging. The leader looks to you, hoping for a swift and peaceful resolution. Okay, now I do want this one, so we'll go that way. So we definitely want to, we definitely do want to have peace. I'm thinking that possibly that event is actually not bad, because as soon as this opens up, it's probably going to then tell the game that we're looking to, like we're making the right sort of noises to end the war. This instance, yep, we'll just leave that one where that is. All these ships. Back up. Okay, hyperdrive optimization. We get extra moves. That's good. Choose new tech. Again, this one here, another +8, would really give us a very, very punchy addition to what we can do, but we don't really need it. Let's go with the star-based refinery. Just grab that one for now. And back in again. It's down to 62. I'm not really, this is not really necessary for us to do any of this sort of stuff. It says light casualties again. Just get the destroyers, the cruiser. No, I think we'll actually leave after this. As in, we'll leave them alone. I think I'll even leave the economic starbase. Targeting the frigates. Done a bit of damage there. Let's leave them where they are. Come back out. Should just leave them nearby. Okay, so this is the Corey 2. So again, we'll just get more supply ships. This allows us to just build up the planets. Yeah, crime here is a bit big. The orbital prison requires a geranium. Actually, we've got that one. Treasury 250. We don't have enough of that. I'm not going to worry about it in this case. It's not really worth it. Back to getting treasure hunters. That'll be okay. I like the pacing of the game. Like, you know, it's sort of things don't sort of hang around too much. You know, like things happen fairly quickly, which is good. What else do we still have to do? This probe in here. I just want to keep an eye on the Drengans. Starbase, just blowing up that little ship. Put Robocop on that planet. That's true. That's true. We've got. We do actually have him. Where is he? He's already there, isn't he? No. We've got that one there. He's at Money World. I'll leave him where he is. That's fine. We need to keep on building things in here. Let's get more and more money. Now this is Research World. So we've now got the mainframe thumping along. I'm just going to override some of the other things and just put more research districts on this world. Get the extractor there. I'll put the I'll get that one going. We don't need manufacturing, so I'll just grab more research districts down this other side as well. Just get the whole planet filled with stuff. Is there anything else we wanted to grab in here as well? The space elevator. Yeah, all the minerals go up. Again, we don't need it, so I don't think I'm going to worry about it. The orbital market, actually the wealth does go up there. That would be good on Money World. Raise it by 1. I mean, it wouldn't be bad back in here as well, to be honest. Yeah, it went up by another 2. That's just going to help. Now I want to sort of wipe out the Memot Brotherhood, but I want to finish off this war with the Drengan. Here we go, I've got a group of monsters now coming back through. We'll just eject everyone. Again, we should have a... we should be able to do stuff where we end up... like pushing them off into a certain direction. instead of going back there. Yes, we've got a few other ships that were just back there. Let's just go back across. Keep those. Send the seed ships back. I got the one fighter, so I'll keep that one off as well. They were going to try to come in and grab all this stuff, which they can't do. That's why I wanted to make sure that I had my constructor ready to go. Into the world. These are very simple. Just kill these. More coming. I think I'll even just have these just wander around sort of in this region of space as well, just to pick things up as they come through. There's nothing else for it to do. And again, I think I'll just hover, just allow them to repair up. Oh, here we go. We've got Money World. Didn't realise that they were actually sending another fleet back in. So this is what are they sending in? Frigates. Okay, they've gone around the outside to actually then attack. We've only got one ship there, a fighter. Fight for Money World. Invaded, but we lost all our shielding. And destroyed. Done. Didn't even see them coming through. Alright, now they've got the 3 ships that came through. This is the Loki fleet. Loki is here. That's a core world. Okay, I didn't realise that. I wasn't looking at these. That's interesting. Oh, they're at war with each other too. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, so what's actually happening now? If you have a look at the diplomacy, still can't speak to them. This is bothersome, actually. This is stopping me from doing what the game is wanting me to do. So, have a look at the Mimots are now becoming more friendly. I guess because we're at war with their enemy. Yeah, so that's the no other wars. No, that's okay. Just go show all to see what the relationships actually are. So that's not too bad. Okay, that's fine. Done. So the Mimots are becoming friendlier because we're at war with the Drengen. But our goal was to destroy them. Now, on Factory World, we've got a fair few big ships. there. All right. Exotic minerals. Yeah, we don't really need to be doing that one. It's sort of, it would be okay. Fusion power plants. I think we'll go this way. For us. I'll let them continue on doing what they're doing. The Minwots can deal with that themselves. Just leave it there for a turn. And looking at the time, guys, I'm going to actually have to call it quits here. So I was hoping to end the war in the same session, but we didn't get a chance to do that. So, and I'll pass on that feedback to the devs as well. That it's sort of, it's funny that we're suffering from having a defensive war and then actually not able to actually end the war. I'll just end the turn, just end on the off chance that it's just this is the next turn. We will see. Just got to fix a few of these up. This is a frigate. This is the Venge. These, yeah, I might just look. I'm just going to keep these sort of hovering around here, even on the military star bases. Just leave them where they are. These done. So Michael's saying, I just want to give a thumbs up to your Galactic streams. I really like watching them. I always want to get urged to play a few hours myself afterwards. That's cool. That's good. That's exactly what we want. Never realised how much your Civ drinks up Durantium. Yeah, it really does. Like, it's one of those things where it's such a useful resource. The Drengen automatically have it. Like, they've actually got a supply of it usually in there around their homeworld somewhere. Seeing it there, where is it? That's antimatter. Not seeing it there, but normally they actually, it may even be on their homeworld, that they actually end up getting more Durantium that way. There's a small fleet just going off to harass them. But yeah, no, it's cool actually. Hi Began, well, you didn't get banned, but you should have been banned. with your loss of your ship in the early stages of this stream. Anyway, we'll just see what happens at the end here. In, and can we finish it now? No, we still can't. We still can't, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a few days' time. So I'll leave it for a few days, and then I'll come back and do part 2 essentially, and we'll try to sort of do a more detailed, like with sieges and so on and so forth, because that's also changed a lot in the game, the different ways you can now attack planets. So we'll try to get through the tech tree a bit more as well, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.